for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plain.
I obviously pay all full taxes. I'm honest in my dealings with people. People understand that. My taxes are carefully managed. And I pay a lot of taxes. I've been very successful. And when I have our taxes ready for this year, I'll release them. I pay a lot of taxes. I've been very successful. I pay a lot of taxes. I've been very successful.
What's the effective rate I've been paying? Well, it's probably closer to the 15% rate than anything, because my last 10 years, my income comes overwhelmingly from investments made in the past.
When you release yours, will you follow your father's example?
Maybe. I don't know how many years I'll release. I'll take a look at what our documents are, and I'll release multiple years. I don't know how many years.
Ronald Reagan came up with this great thing about the misery index, and that he hung that around Jimmy Carter's neck, and that had a lot to do with Jimmy Carter losing. Well, we're going to have to hang the Obama misery index around his neck. I'll tell you what. 10,000 bucks? $10,000 bet?
I'm not in the betting business, but
okay.
I should also tell my story. I'm also unemployed.
So we went to the company and we said, look, you can't have any illegals working on our property. I'm running for office, for Pete's sake. I can't have illegals. It turns out that once again they hired someone who had falsified their documents, had documents, and therefore we fired them.
Well, in this case, it's because of the banks. Now, the banks aren't bad people. They're just overwhelmed right now. They're overwhelmed with a lot of things. One is a lot of homes coming in that are in foreclosure.
I think people recognize that I'm not a partisan Republican, that I'm someone who is moderate, and that my views are progressive.
But I was a severely conservative Republican governor.
Now you asked me an entirely different question. What do you...
I know what it's like to worry whether you're going to get fired. There were a couple of times I wondered whether I was going to get a pink slip, and I care very deeply about the American people.
Do you suggest that anyone who questions the policies and practices of Wall Street and financial institutions, anyone who has questions about the distribution of wealth and power in this country, is envious? Is it about jealousy, or is it about fairness?
I think it's about envy. I think it's about class warfare.
And then I get speaker's fees from time to time, but not very much. And then I get speaker's fees from time to time, but not very much.
If I had a business executive come to me and say they wanted to spend a few $100 billion to put a colony on the moon, I'd say you're fired.
Corporations are people, my friend. We can raise taxes on... Of course they are. Everything corporations earn ultimately goes to people.
One is, don't try and stop the foreclosure process. Let it run its course and hit the bottom, allow investors to buy homes, put renters in them, fix the homes up, and let it turn around and come back up.
I like being able to fire people who provide services to me.
I'm not concerned about the very poor. We have a safety net there. If it needs a repair, I'll fix it.
And crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.